Well, we touched on our focus this morning. Dilapidated infrastructure is one of the challenges currently facing the country, and many schools across all provinces are in desperate need of attention. Now, as part of our focus today, our reporter Hloni Mtimkulu is assessing some schools in Pretoria, and she joins me now, of course, to give us some clarity in terms of what she sees and hears regarding school infrastructure. Hloni, if the images are anything to go by, colleague, you would see that there's lack of maintenance in as far as many of our schools are concerned. Take us through what exactly you're looking into this morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Dumelo. You're right. You talk about dilapidated classrooms, the lack of maintenance, and the broken infrastructure at schools. And we are at the Easterist Secondary School in Pretoria, where we had spoken to the school right at the beginning of September. And this followed an intervention or an engagement that happened between the departments of safety, community safety, and education in the province, where teachers raised all sorts of concerns about what is happening in schools and the issues that are around there. I am going to step out of shot just so you can see the state of the Easterist Secondary School, where teachers were raising concerns, the SGB was raising concerns, and we will be talking to a member of the SGB soon just to hear from them directly what has been going on at this school, as well as the challenges that they face. You see the broken classrooms. This would be one of the classrooms that has been locked off, and it's one of, I think I was told, maybe more than 6, 7 or 8 classrooms that have been locked away because they are in the state that they're in. And because of that, then you're having the issue of overcrowding in schools. And so, you know, it's one problem is a problem, and then it causes another problem as well. And you can imagine learning in an environment like that. This isn't the only problem that is faced by the school. Khumit is just going to pan to his right, and you'll see that the fencing of the school is broken down. And so you've had situations where we were told when we were here at the beginning of last month that cell phones are being stolen from kids. You have kids that are able to come in here, and you have stabbings that take place as well. Now, I say all of these things that are happening to the school, but the SGB has been very active actually in trying to address some of these issues. And I'm going to bring in the chairperson of the Easterist Secondary School, SGB, Millicent Malulega. Millicent, first of all, thank you so much for your time. Maybe just the first question is, you have kids here, or you have a kid here. Tell us why it was so important for you then to be so active in what is happening.
Thank you, Hloni. What made me be passionate about fixing the school is because of the safety of our learners. We want a black child and a colored child to feel safe in the environment, in an educational environment. So that is what made us, the SGB, to stand up and say enough is enough. We want our children to be safe in our school. We want them to also feel another source of safetiness away from their homes. Remember, this is their second home. They spent more than 8 hours of their life in those premises. So we want them to feel safe. We don't want them to feel otherwise, like to feel like they will be stabbed or beaten or bullied and all that. So we want them to feel safe. That's what's driving us as the SGB.
And I remember when I spoke to Gresham, the treasurer, you got very emotional. You talk about the black child and the colored child, that why are things like this for black children, for colored children in the country? How much of a concern is it for you?
It's a concern because I believe if we don't intervene now, we will be producing dropouts. So we want a black child and a colored child to be something, to be the next president of this country, to be ministers and so on and so forth. So that's why we want to keep them secured and safe, and we want them to have the best education. Yes.
And because of you and I'm going to say this nicely, of your talking, I want to say because of all the big mouth that you do, we talked about this, but because of all your talking, you've gotten the attention of the MEC and the Department of Education. Just tell us what they've said and what they've done. We had tried to get hold of them before, but weren't able to directly. But, they have then been in touch with you, and in terms of what is going to happen, and are you hoping that all of those things will be achieved?
Yes. Let me first extend my gratitude to the MEC and his team, Mr. Piri, Auspinki, and all the team members. We contact them. We had a good communication with them. And, they started by implementing security personnel. We've got about 18 security officers in our school premises, making sure that children are not banking, making sure that children are searched on a daily basis, because we used to find knives and all those kinds of things. So now, because of the MEC's intervention. They now are searched. They now make sure that the security around the school and outside the classes is safe. So the MEC also spoke to us and said he will make sure that his office is going to get us a new fence, of which they came and measure and took measurements of the whole school for the new fencing. And we are one of the schools that will receive CCTV cameras and also panic buttons for each and every class teacher. And we are also going to continue having the security personnel. So that's one of the initiatives that the MEC is doing. So we are very grateful for his support, because he really supported us where we needed him, because we were in a state of disaster as a school. So the MEC and his team, we really appreciate their support and their intervention. Yes.
Thank you so much, Millicent. We'll leave it there. Tumelo, just to say, when we picked up on the story, Millicent and the treasurer were not happy. It had been more than 5 years of waiting for a new classroom, and now they've gotten the attention of the MEC, and hopefully all the changes that they've been talking about, that they've been crying about, will be addressed. The safety of the school, the fencing around the school, just security issues around the school, stabbings that have been happening here. Hopefully, as Millicent says, that those will be addressed, and there will be a plan around rebuilding some of the classrooms. There are mobile classrooms, 3 of them here, but the number of mobile classrooms versus the number of classrooms that are closed still creates an issue around overcrowding. So we'll hopefully see that some of the issues that have been raised by the SGB, a very active SGB, will hopefully be addressed, or more of them will be addressed in the next few months, Tumelo.
Absolutely.